So, do you give a fuck about what people think about you? Tell me. Has it changed as you've gotten older?
It has definitely changed. When I was younger, I cared immensely about what people thought, how I looked, how old I was, and just, what if I sucked my stomach in, would it go flat? Like, I really cared. And I want to say, it may have been before this, but I want to say that when I hit 50, I hit a I don't give a fuck wall.
Ooh.
And that was the end of that. I simply don't care. I do things for myself, things that make me happy, things that bring me joy, and anything that does not. I saw this on Instagram. Anything that doesn't pay me, delight me, or F me, I don't want it and I don't need it.
So what is it about 50, do you think? I mean, why that age?
I think you go through so much of trying to please everyone else, all of those years prior to 50, that it just seems like a rite of passage that you flush that away and begin again as your true whole self. Like you've done enough living to figure out who you are. And so by the time you're around 50, you kind of figure it out. So everything else is it's not wasted, don't get me wrong. It's not that it's wasted, but everything else pales in comparison of what makes you happy.
So it's the F it 50s.
Yes, the F it 50s.
Okay.
It's the fuck it 50s. Yeah.
You told me you just started dating again. So how did you feel about being solo and about being out in the world again?
Oh boy. Okay, so you have to understand that prior to my divorce, I separated. So I separated in 2009. I divorced in 2012. And I've been alone ever since then. It was actually over really in 2008. You know what I'm saying? So we're just from 2009 to 2022. What is that? 13 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 13 years alone. And in the process of that 13 years, I needed it all. To heal, to do the mirror work, to work on myself, to be a whole person coming into a relationship. Whenever that next relationship was going to happen, I knew I wanted to be whole when I got there. So I started doing the work on me, working on different things, different insecurities, what makes me feel whole, figuring out what I want in a man. And I started, my daughter helped me to start manifesting things and really having serious thoughts and seeing myself in a very happy, loving relationship.
But you weren't searching.
No, I really wasn't searching. When I moved to New York, it was right before the pandemic. I actually had a Bumble and a Hinge from where I came from. And so I just left it on. Who cares, right? But then when the pandemic happened, I just cut it off. Like that during the pandemic is not the time to meet the man of your dreams, okay? So I just decided that I was not gonna do any of that. Then I cut it on because I got lonely and the men were trash. So I cut it back off. And I cut them back on like maybe a month before I met the man that I'm seeing right now. Who is, so you have to understand, my daughter said, write down everything you want in a man, from his temperament, what he looks like, how much money he makes, how tall he is, everything, but more importantly, who he is inside, that he's kind and thoughtful and loving and tender and gentle, but still like a manly man, right? I wrote all of these things down, and as I began to talk to different people, it's not that I was following the list, don't get me wrong, because I've seen that stuff about he has to be on this list. No, that ain't it. But you have to have a clear sense of what you want. And so I wrote all of that down, and I will swear on a 6-pack of Bibles, this man is everything that I wanted and more.
Oof, you deserve it.
Oh, Lord. Lord, have mercy.
When do you think you felt the most sexually free in your life?
Now.
Now?
Right now. Right now. I was about to cuss. Right now. I am done with inhibitions. I happen to be with a man that is way far more advanced and experienced than me. So because I've counted it out. I think I was married in my lifetime. I've been married for maybe 6 to 7 years, and I've been single for like about 22, 23 years. Right. So low mileage on your girl, okay? So he is just, I don't care what he wants to do. I want to do it with him. I don't care what it is.
But it's also about you. For some reason, you're feeling free.
He makes me feel very free to do whatever I want to do, and I want to do it all the time with him.
Oh.
For real.
So we've lived a bit.
Yes.
My question is, how do you avoid having regrets in life? Or maybe you don't.
Here's the deal. It's not that I don't have regrets, but if I didn't go through everything that I have been through, I wouldn't be who I am now.
Yeah.
So, because I think about that a lot, but it's like if I change anything, I wouldn't have my kids. I wouldn't have the joy and the love that I have in my life right now. You got to go through something to appreciate what you have now. You know what I'm saying? If I wouldn't have gone through all of that crap, I may be, like take it for granted that my life is just popping and I got it going on. But when you go through something, you're appreciative. I walk in gratitude every day. So I don't really regret, especially not now. I don't regret now because I only do what I want to do. If I don't want to do it, I don't do it.
So we're back to those fab 50s.
I mean, seriously. I think, as far as regret, it's only one thing in my life that I regret. And that happened 35 years ago. Other than that, it's been a process. And you have to trust the process.
Called Glorious Broads. What's your definition of a broad?
I think my definition of a broad is, a woman that is in control of herself, that has a set of standards, but also is flexible. Someone that's open-minded, not stuck in old ways. Somebody who just can stand flat-foot on their own and tell it like it is, period. And they don't give a shit whether or not you like it or not. I'm going to tell you how I feel, and that's it.
Yeah, that's a broad to me. So, why New York?
Why New York? Well, for me personally, I'm a musical theater actress, so it has to be New York. Now, I've often wondered, people that work at Dunkin' Donuts, like in New York City, like you could work at Dunkin' Donuts anywhere. Why are you here? Because it's tough here.
Yeah.
I have to be here. But this is a place where I am the closest to who I've always wanted to be and was meant to be. I was never supposed to work in a cubicle. I was never supposed to climb the corporate ladder and all of that crap. I did that because I had to raise my kids and provide for them. But who I was on a trajectory to be when my mother birthed me out of her was to come right here and do what I'm doing now. This is the true essence of who I am, and I can only experience that on a Broadway stage. So that is the goal, period. That's on period.
So, how do you deal with your inner critic? You got one?
I call her Gertrude. Sometimes Gertrude is on 10. Girl, you too fat, you too this, you too old, you too ugly. Gertrude is on 10, and I have to put that bitch on mute, tell her to cut the fuck off. I look at myself in the mirror. Sometimes I'm no makeup on, no hair, butt naked in the mirror, and I say, girl, you are the shit. You be proud of yourself. You've gotten through hell and back, and you standing right here on your own 2 feet. You in good mind, you're in good body, even if it's a little more fluffy than you would like. And even nowadays, I don't even really feel like that because my man makes me feel like I am. Woo! Anyway, He loves my body. So I don't even have those issues anymore. But I'm just saying, like, turn Gertrude down. Tell her to shut up and be yourself. Be happy with who you are. And I'm gonna tell her like this. There's somebody who didn't make it in COVID that would trade places with you, no matter how big you are, no matter how little you are, no matter how old you are, no matter what your circumstance is. Somebody would trade places with your ass right now. So be grateful and walk in gratitude for being here. And that's for real.
Yes. So, do you think there's a difference between the C word and the O word, the big O?
I can tell you that now I get all of that. Let me explain that. It used to be, you know, you either get it or you don't get it. And you're like, womp womp, or, you know, whatever, right? So what I'm experiencing now is I am getting like C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C. Oh, 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 and a lot longer span of time.
And is there a difference between that and the O?
Oh God, yes. Because
tell me.
Because God, everything that you're experiencing and feeling, it's climbing up a mountain, and then you get so overwhelmed with the beauty of it that you go back down the mountain because you want to come back up the mountain again. So you go back up the mountain again, and it's not just a zero sum. Either you got it or you didn't. Regardless, and I don't think it's happened once, but regardless of whether the O comes, the C's are so satisfactory. Oh God.
So the C happens with someone.
Ooh, child.
I think that's what you're saying.
Woo, the C, yes, the C. Listen, if you're not on a roller coaster, and a long, fun roller coaster, girl, you were the wrong person, period. I didn't know that until now. This is the first time this has ever happened in my life. That's why I can speak on it. Because I thought at this age, I knew what the C and the O was all about, right? You either get it or you don't. Bam. No. Not when you're with the right man. When you're with the right man, honey.
So have you ever faked the O word?
Oh God, yes.
And would you now?
I don't have to. That's a real quick answer. I don't have to now. I don't have to.
But did you come to a decision with yourself that was like, no. Faking.
The man that I'm with, that O is chasing me from the minute I'm in his presence. It's chasing me. It's gonna find me. Period. Back in the old days, it was just like, just like, get off of me.
Yeah.
It was a means to an end.
Yes.
That's what it used to be, and that's what, for a lot of my life, that's really what it was. It was just a means to an end. Like, it was more perfunctory or performatory, if you will. And that's one of the things I would, prior to this, I would never do that. And I strongly suggest that all women do not fake it.
Yes.
Don't fake it. Because you're making him think that he's got it going on and he ain't got shit going on. So you need to make sure you keep it really real for yourself.
Well, when did you stop faking it? I know with this present man, but... Oh,
yeah.
That's another thing.
Anyway. Well, like I said, all of that ended for me in 2008, really.
Yeah. Okay. I think I almost settled during COVID. What about you and that idea settling?
I came really close. You know, after you've been alone for 10 years plus, it gets lonely. Like, you know, you throw yourself into work, you take care of the kids, you do all, okay, and then you run out of shit to do. Okay? In the wee hours of the morning, that's when it really strikes you. When it's quiet and dark and you're alone for how many years, right? So I wanted to make a connection, and I knew that I wanted to make a connection. And I was not meeting the type of guys that I really wanted to meet, but I was like,